a little. Hello, my sweet soul sisters and brothers. Mindy Arbuckle here today to share a really personal experience with you. You know, I'm a coach who supports primarily women who are feeling lost and stuck in their jobs, in their families, in their lives. Maybe not 100% of the time, but there's something inside of them that says there's more for them. And I help them find that more. And today, I was going through the same struggles that the women that I help are going through. So life happens, and sometimes you fall off the wagon and you don't know what to do. You feel like you don't know who you are. You feel as if you are stuck in a rut and you just don't know how to get out of it, and everything that you're doing isn't working. And so I find that this happens most often when we feel disconnected. When we feel disconnected from our purpose, when we feel disconnected from our true selves. Those two disconnections lead to gigantic problems in everybody's lives. Whether or not we recognize that's what the problem is a different story. But today I want to really share with you my personal experience about how this happened to me over the last week or so. So last week, I went to a 3-day online event with my coaching community, and it was outstanding, inspiring, uplifting, like kind of mind-blowing kind of stuff, right? So good, feeling so on purpose, so on point, and really got to talk to some amazing people, connect with some amazing people, connect to my why I do what I do, and to really connect into that purpose, and it felt so good. And then, so that was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. On Thursday, my parents arrived. And I love my parents, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with my parents. We had a great time. But you know, when people show up and they visit, it just sort of knocks you off of your normal routine. And my normal routine consists of daily AM meditation. So basically the first thing that I do when I get up is I meditate. And I didn't do that a couple of the times while my parents were here for the 5 days that they were here. Okay, so instead of meditating one morning at my altar like I normally do right over here in my office space, I did it in bed. And that's just not normal for me, okay? It doesn't mean that it was wrong, just not normal. And one morning I actually skipped it and I did it later on in the day. And it just threw me off, right? Like I was eating different foods, doing different things, because my dad's a great helper, so he and I just got a lot of projects done. And it was funny. One of the times that he was here, or one of the projects we were working on, we had planted a ton of new things in our garden, bulbs and whatnot, and we discovered there was a leak in our underground sprinkler system. And so we had dug about 18 inches down, and we were both looking over the edge of this hole that we had dug. It was probably about this big, but about 18 inches down. And we bumped heads. We butted heads. And it was so funny because with the rest of my family, or my other sisters, my dad really does butt heads with them ideologically and whatever, and they just always fight and whatever. They don't agree on a lot of things. And it was funny to butt heads with him, but in a really jovial, like project-oriented, team-oriented kind of way. Anyways, it was a really great trip. But then I ate all these different foods, and we went out to dinner on the last night that they were here on Monday, and it just was like a gut bomb for me. It was stuff I don't normally eat, a lot of fried foods. Okay, so, sorry, long-winded story here. The point is, I felt like shit. Literally, I had nasty stomach ache for 2.5 days. It led to a big ol' headache. I was just not processing literally the food very well. I went on a fast for about 2 days. I almost didn't eat anything for 2 days. And I really just had to clean out. And I made some herbal tea that I've been meaning to make for a long time. You know, I did things that were really good for me. I rested on Wednesday because my body really needed that rest. Instead of just pushing through and forcing like I'm used to doing, I allowed myself time to rest. And those are all really important things. However, the combination of my parents being here, which threw my schedule off a little, feeling sick for a couple of days, which really throws your energy off. And I feel like there was a third thing. Anyways, I wasn't sleeping well. all those things combined just lowered my vibration so much that I started feeling off. Not just physically off, like with the stomach thing, but feeling off. Feeling like this morning, I felt like I just had a dark cloud around me, a black cloud hanging around me. I could see through it sort of, but not clearly. And I was feeling heavy. I was feeling like I was taking on the burden of the world, and I was literally collapsing through my posture. Does anybody ever do that? Do you ever find your posture has actually physically changed because of the emotional experience that you're going through? Okay, so open that back up. When you get into these places of funk, when you feel as if your energy has totally derailed itself, you forget to live on purpose. You forget to live aligned with your purpose. Now, every single day, times a day over the last week and a half, I have been doing my mindset work. I have been feeling the dream. I have been aligning with my purpose and who I serve. And all this stuff still happened and derailed me this morning. And I was literally on a group coaching call this morning, or a group training call, in tears because I felt so like it was all wrong. Like I was all wrong. Does anybody ever feel like that too, where you just feel like everything's wrong and you're wrong and nothing's working for you? And why would it work for you? And why is it taking so long for the alignment to happen? You are so tapped into the flow, but there's no flow showing up in your world. That's how I was feeling this morning. That was a really long-winded way to get there, but that's what happened. I got knocked off my center. And we all get knocked off of our centers. And if you're watching this today, there's a reason that you're here. It's because you've felt this way at some point in your life as well. Maybe right now you're feeling this way. And how the hell are you supposed to get out of that? Because when you feel this way, you go into the divine masculine. And because this is what we've been trained. Okay, so the masculine is the hustle, and it's the get stuff done. It's the I can force through anything. I can get through anything. I can make shit happen. I can make sure that I've checked all the boxes of all the things that I need to do. Okay, like that's kind of how I was programmed with the divine masculine. And I think most of us, honestly, were programmed that way. It's not a bad thing because there's really great skills involved with the hustle. Right? There's really great skills involved with getting stuff done. But it prevents you from really understanding the flow dynamics, which is the divine feminine. And the flow feels like everything's working for me. I've got the money coming in. I've got the clients that I want. I've got the job that I want. My family feels like it's meshing super well right now. Everything's flowing super easily. And what I find, what actually came to me this morning in one of my meditations, so I did lots of things to try and get myself back on track. When I started realizing, oh my gosh, I've really derailed, I listened to this inspirational call this morning, this training call. And then I sat down and I meditated with my teacher. And then I journaled. And that's actually what I'm looking at today, is like these journal notes that I took about what the hell happened to me. What I felt and what I realized as I was writing all this stuff down was all these questions I was asking. I feel defeated. I feel disconnected. I feel angry and confused. What else can I do to get this to work? I know I'm great at what I do and helping people transform. My soul's saying I'm ready. When is it gonna work? When? Why isn't it working? What's wrong with me? What did I do or not do to make this not mesh yet? And I had a little pity party and I cried. And again, there's nothing wrong with any of that, because we're all gonna get derailed at some point because we are human. The path of self-mastery asks us to say, okay, you got derailed. How fast are you gonna get back into your center, into your flow, into your alignment with purpose? Because everybody gets derailed at some point. Mastery shortens the time that it takes to get back to your purpose, back to your highest self. Yeah? Okay. Now, what I realized, I had an oh shit moment, was that all those things I was saying, all those questions I was asking, they were about me. They weren't about my purpose and about who I serve. Everybody's divine purpose is service in some way, shape, or form. And when you get too focused on you, on your ego, on your human self, it derails you from your highest purpose. How in the world are you going to focus on your clients, on how you improve the world, if the only thing you can think about is yourself? Right? So what I want to share with you is that it is about you and it's not about you. Okay? How is it about you? It's about you because you are a divine spark of inspiration from the divine, from universal flow. You are unique. And you have a mission here that only you can fulfill, and only the way you can fulfill it. So it is about you, but it is about your highest self version of you. It's about your superhero. It's about your highest self, your divine self. I call mine my sweet self. That person in you, that's who it's about. How is she or he going to make progress in this realm of living life and up-leveling our own story, our own experience, and inspire other people to do the same thing? That's how it's about you. But it's not about you at the same time, because it's not about your ego self. It's not about your story. It's not about the hardships you've been through. All those things can help move you forward into your divine self, but they are not gonna get you aligned with your highest self and your divine purpose. Okay? It is not about your human self. It is not about your supervillain. Your human ego supervillain self wants to keep you small, limited, and held back because it feels kind of comfy and safe here. Anybody relate to that? And yet, there's something inside of you that's just saying, this isn't right. This isn't where I'm supposed to be. There is more. There is more for me. And damn it, how do I find that more? Okay? I got 3 things for you, sweetie. The first is you got to get back to your presence. Back to this moment. Back to the present moment of here and now. How do you do that? Why do you do that? First of all, the easiest thing to do is breathe. Just get back to yourself. Feel your butt on your chair. Feel your feet on the earth. Feel your shoulders come back and down. Get back into your body, back into your presence, because we feel disconnected. We feel disconnected from ourselves, whether it's this body self or the divine self. We are disconnected. We're living in our heads pretty much all the time, and our heads are almost always living on a freaking phone or a device or a computer. Okay? So get back into who you are. That's your presence. You can get a nice hack here by opening up the body. I love to do this. I like these big squats, like big wide squats. Goddess power. Okay? Get into your body so that you can feel connected again to who you really are. This present moment is the only moment that we can control. Whatever has happened in the past has happened in the past, and you can't change it. Whatever's coming in the future, you also can't change that until it becomes the present moment right here, right now. So let's get yourself back into this moment so that you can feel yourself connected. This is disconnection. I mean, like, who's gone to a restaurant? Well, maybe not a restaurant lately, maybe. But you see people on the phone, like 4 people at a table, and everybody has their own device. Or you see parents talking to each other, but their little ones are on their own devices. We're so disconnected. The news, the media, television, social media, it's all disconnecting, and it all takes us out of the moment. So I've actually encouraged people to do a social media fast. It doesn't mean you have to get rid of it entirely, because there are good points to social media. I use it like this. We inspire each other together like this. And it's also got a lot of negatives. So choose when to do it. Get yourself off of your device. as much as possible, take notifications off of your phone that are not necessary. The only notifications I have on my phone are text messages, phone calls, and direct messages from Facebook, because I have a lot of people I communicate with that way. Otherwise, get rid of it. If it's from, Grubhub, get rid of it. If it's from Facebook, get rid of it. Instagram, get rid of it. Like, get all those things off of your phone so that you don't feel compelled to look at it all the time. And then you can choose when to look at it. You can choose when to take time to sit down and look at Facebook or Instagram or whatever you do. And then also just disconnect at night. If you don't already have an alarm clock, get a really cheap ass alarm clock with batteries or just a plug for the wall, and get your phone out of your bedroom so that you're not checking it last thing before you go to bed and first thing in the morning. Turn it on Do Not Disturb. Mine's on Do Not Disturb from 9 p.m. to 7 a.m. Okay? All right, so number 1 is presence. That helps us get back into who we are in this body, in this breath, in this moment. Now, the second thing is gratitude. Gratitude every day. And you can't just do the check mark box of like, yep, I'm grateful for my family, I'm grateful for my home, I'm grateful for this day, this breath. You've got to, if you want gratitude to be a really useful practice, you've got to feel the gratitude. Let it soak in. I'm grateful for you right now, my community. Anyone watching this video, be it right now in this present moment or any time in the future, I am grateful for you. I am grateful for the women that I work with. I am grateful for the women who are coming. I am grateful for the avalanche of abundance that is on its way. I am grateful for things that I have in my life right now, and I am grateful for all the things that I'm attracting, that I'm pulling in, that are being sent to me. So can you feel how good that is? Can you feel how grateful it is to have a sunny day, to be able to see the beautiful fall colors, see the seasons change? Can you tap in to gratitude, appreciation? And when you can tap into that, it starts opening up your heart so that you can then feel love. Love. It is the solution. Right? Love is the solution that we are all seeking, but have a really hard time tapping into directly, because there's so much hatred, so much irritation, so much separation that abounds in our world. Okay, let's get rid of the division by coming back to the present moment, having gratitude, and getting back into our heart space so that we can love and appreciate all the people in our lives, especially the ones that frustrate us the most. Send love to those people. Send love to the people you love to love. Send love to the people that you're neutral about, and send love to the people who piss you off the most, because they really need it, okay? And when you send these vibrations of love out, you are up-leveling your frequency. You're tuning in to Love FM. And other people can feel that. When you walk into a room, this is what you exude. This is what people feel from you, is the centeredness of love. All right? And when you have those three things in alignment, it's going to get you back into your divine purpose. What you're meant to be doing here on this earth. Why you're here, who you can help, who you can serve. And your divine mission doesn't have to be world-changing. It is meant for your world, for your universe. And you are the center of that universe. And that's why it matters. That's why you matter, because you are the center of your divine universe. You are not the center of the universe, but of your own universe. And you get to control what comes in and what goes out, all by doing it on the inside. Happiness really is an inside job, you guys. And when we can get back into our purpose, holy shit, you feel better. I was able to realign myself, not in a snap today, but within a couple of hours. I was back into feeling my vibe, feeling my upward spiral of vibration rather than my downward spiral. And some of us get stuck in that downward spiral for hours, for days, for weeks, for months, sometimes even years. We're stuck down here. And the way that you get out is by recognizing yourself right here, right now. Get back to presence. Have gratitude. Tap into love, because it is everywhere. I don't care what the news says about hatred and anger and division. Love really does permeate all things. It'll wake us up, if nothing else, okay? And when we can feel those three things in alignment, then we're going to be able to tap into our true purpose. You already have an idea of what it is, and you don't just have your purpose one day and know it and live it. You continue to refine it. You tap into an element of it, and then you keep going, and then you keep going. When I was 25, my divine purpose felt like opening up a yoga studio. And I did that, and it felt so good and so aligned. And then I had obstacles that came up, and I ran studios for 15 years, and I always felt like that was part of my mission. But as I continued to evolve myself, that became less and less important part of my mission. And now I sold my yoga studios, I've moved on, I've created this amazing online platform for coaching women into their highest purpose, for living true to themselves. And that's what's important. We can all do it. Doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. We've just got to recognize the flow and the hustle, like the feminine and the masculine. It's got to work together in harmony. All of us are comfortable in one or the other. Okay, some people are really comfortable in the feminine and the flow. Other people are really comfortable in the masculine and in the hustle. And to be honest with you, like I said earlier, I was really comfortable in the hustle, and I always wanted to be in the flow, and always felt like I was in there. But when I focus too much on the hustle, on the masculine, which I'm really good at, it's like my flow, I find it, I can see it, but I find myself in a little eddy, stuck. I can see the flow, I can feel the flow, I'm right there in the flow, and yet I'm stuck in it, not moving forward. And if you feel like you've been in an eddy before, of your own divine flow, call me. I mean, this is real stuff, and you don't have to do it alone. You are not alone on this path. It sucks to be alone on this path. It feels so hard. It feels so heavy. It feels like this downward spiral is just going to go on forever. But trust me, sister, trust me, brother, that when I tell you that you're not alone, it's so true. It's so true. Reach out to people you know. Reach out to teachers. Reach out to me. I am here to love and support you. I offer a free 45-minute call so that you can break through these barriers, see what's holding you back, and get through and have a plan as to what you need to do next so that you can live in your purpose. Coming back to your purpose is the most important thing you can do at any given moment, because you are the most important project you will ever work on. I don't care if you've worked on $1 million project, $10 million projects with work. I don't care if you're a hairstylist who works with one person at a time. You are the most important project you will ever work on. Okay? So, that's a really long-winded, beautiful, fun way that I get to tell you how I was fucking stuck this morning, and now I'm feeling back on it a few hours later. It is literally 1:20 in the afternoon right here where I live, and I am back on top, and I am ready to take on this world because I'm not willing to give up on my dreams. This is my divine purpose, and you have a really important divine purpose as well, and only you can really get to it. You're the one who gets to really dive in. You can give up, but if you give up, what's going to happen? You're going to go work at Starbucks? Fuck, I'm not. I know this. I'm defiantly committed to living my divine purpose. I don't care how long it takes. I will live my divine purpose. I am changing the world one heart, one soul at a time. And it starts right here with me. And it starts with you. And I am utterly grateful that you were here today to listen. And remember, if you were here and you're still listening, there is a reason that you're here. Call me, schedule a call with me. I have tons of space in my schedule next week. In the next few days, literally, I love talking with people. I don't care if you become a client of mine or not. If you're ready, you will. If you're not, that's okay. I'll point you in a better direction if that's what it takes. I just want to love and serve you in the way that only I can. As my gift to you, my presence to you, that I get to share it. Oh my gosh, it's such a blessing, and I really am grateful for all of you. Every single one of you. We have an amazing community, and it's only going to grow and improve this world one person at a time until it reaches 1 million and then more. All right? I'm so glad that you're a part of this with me. Many, many, many blessings to all of you. I wish an avalanche abundance to each of you. Talk to you soon.